Year for the future Queen Elizabeth, who married Prince Philip. The fabulous new Tucker Auto was a landmark failure. Ladies' hemlines dropped across the nation, and some men wouldn't buy that landmark new look. But the landmark breakthrough of 1947 saw Jackie Robinson become baseball's first black player. The owner who stuck his neck out, Branch Rickey, made big league ball a better game.
He called Jackie and I into his office, and he said, "Now, I have stuck my neck out the window for you fellas to play in the Major League. Please don't let them chop it off." I'll never forget those words.
In 1947, Howard Hughes unveiled and piloted the Spruce Goose, the largest plane yet built. Heavyweight champ Joe Louis relaxed on the links before his upcoming fight against Jersey Joe Walcott. The champ had trouble with his putting, but expected no trouble from Jersey Joe. Here's Louis and Walcott in the white trunks at Madison Square Garden. Jersey Joe was supposed to be carried out faster than he walked in, but he dropped the charging Louis in the first with a stiff right. The crowd and Louis are stunned. Just a lucky punch? We'll see. They trade blows in mid-ring. Louis can't figure out that slightly unorthodox Walcott style. Jersey Joe's been waiting a long time for his shot at the crown. He's been in the pro ring since the age of 16. He was hungry then, and at the age of 33, he's hungry now. A good left hook by Walcott. A solid right, and Louis almost goes down. Walcott backs him up. He's giving Louis a lot more than the champ bargained for. Round 4. Watch Walcott's right. Louis is down again, and he's hurt. He waits for the cobwebs to clear. Walcott wants to end it right now. The Bomber's just hanging on, waiting for the bell and a breather. Walcott stays away in the 15th, and why not? He's fought the fight of his life, and he's sure he has the decision wrapped up. It's going to be one of boxing's greatest upsets, but you can never be sure what'll happen in the fight game. Watch Walcott's seconds as the decision is announced.
The winner by majority vote, and still the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Louis.
No one who saw it could believe it. Even Louis isn't celebrating this decision. The Bomber leaves the ring quickly. The crowd voices its opinion. Later, Walcott tells his side of it.
My seconds told me to box. Definitely box, stay away from him, and just coast on him because the fight was definitely won.
Jersey Joe protested the decision to Boxing Commissioner Eddie Egan.
This commission has no desire to interfere with the exercise of discretion and judgment of competent appointed officials. Joe Louis has always been a true sportsman, and the New York Commission assumes he will give Joe Walcott another chance at the championship.
Louis won the rematch by a KO. But 4 years later, Walcott finally won the crown from Ezzard Charles. This four-wheeled monster needs an awful lot of attention. And it seems to eat ice cubes. Add a driver and a body, and it's John Cobb's Railton Special, the fastest car in the world. The Englishman set a new land speed record. John Cobb became the first human ever to travel at more than 400 miles per hour on the ground. the 1947 Indy 500. Plenty of competition for these drivers, and they go all out in their small, wide-open racers. Maury Rose moves outside here, gunning for the lead. He has to catch up with teammate Bill Holland, who's leading the field in car 16. The pit tells Holland to take it easy. It's a two-man race between the teammates. But Holland has all he can do to stand off Rose. Here comes Maury to win it all. Hollywood star Carol Landis is there to congratulate Maury Rose for his Indy triumph in 1947. At the Kentucky Derby, Eric Guerin rode Jet Pilot into the early lead with Faultless sixth and Eddie Arcaro on Phalanx dead last. At the home turn, Jet Pilot was still in front with Faultless challenging and Phalanx fifth. At the finish, Jet Pilot and Faultless held on while Phalanx roared into the picture. It's a photo finish. Some bettors got the good news. Jet Pilot and Eric Guerin won one of the most thrilling derbies ever. A Magic Years challenge. The turf world mourned a great champion in 1947 when the life of one of the most famous horses in history came to an end. His nickname was Big Red, and he only once to a horse named Upset. Can you name this legendary champion? A $5,000 purchase in 1918. He earned $1 million on the track and at stud before his death in 1947. History was remade at sea in 1947. The Kon-Tiki expedition, led by Thor Heyerdahl on the left, traveled from Peru to Polynesia in a primitive sailing vessel. The daring journey shed light on the voyages of ancient seafarers. Jack Kramer toured the tennis circuit in 1947, including a stop at Wimbledon. Kramer in the far court made the finals against fellow Californian Tom Brown, and Kramer had Brown on the run. The royal family was on hand to see Kramer, now in the near court, sew up the victory. The King and Queen presented the winner's trophy to Jack Kramer. Kramer took on Frank Parker at Forest Hills, going for a second straight U.S. title. Parker in the far court took the first two sets, showing the form that brought him the U.S. title in 44 and 45. Now Kramer's in the far court, battling with Parker as Jack fights his way back into the match. Jack hits a winner. He's coming back all the way. Match point now for Kramer at the bottom of the screen. He blasts one and adds the U.S. title to his British crown. A magic day and a magic year for Jack Kramer. At Golfing's U.S. Open, Sam Snead on the left and Lou Worsham looked relaxed before their nerve-wracking tiebreaker round. Here's Snead with a great chip out of the bunker to save par. Worsham also makes par. Now he's only one stroke back. On 18, it's all tied. Worsham chips from the apron. He just misses putting Snead away. Now Snead can win it if he sinks this one. The tension builds as the officials now measure to see who'll putt first. It's Snead from a mere 30 inches. Worsham knows what he has to do now, and he does it. Lou Worsham takes the U.S. Open, the big one that always managed to get away from Sam Snead. In 1947, Lou Worsham beat Snead and the pressures of big-time golf. The greatest golfers in the world assembled at Augusta, Georgia for the 1947 Masters. Defending champ Herman Kaiser. Favorite Ben Hogan. Bobby Locke, the South African champion. Byron Nelson, who came out of retirement for another shot. Easygoing Texan Jimmy Demaret. And the great Bobby Jones, the tournament's host. Jimmy Demaret stood alone in 1947 with a 3-stroke lead on the 72nd hole. That one wouldn't drop for him, but he tapped it in to become only the third 2-time Masters champion. Bobby Locke offered his congratulations, and Bobby Jones presented the green blazer and winner's check to Jimmy Demaret. Babe Didrikson first made her mark on the sporting world at the 1932 Olympics, where she set a record in the javelin. And then she turned in another record-breaking performance in the 80-meter hurdles. But her athletic career was far from over. Babe started playing golf in the 30s, and over a 7-year stretch, she never lost a tournament. In 1947, Babe went to England to compete for the British Ladies Amateur title. No American woman had ever won this one, but Babe changed that. She and her husband celebrated on the way home after this very special victory.
I must say that I've just completed the greatest thrill of my life, and that was going over to England and Scotland and win the British Amateur Championship. It has never been won by an American woman, and I'm the first one.
Now a Magic Years challenge. Babe's husband was happy to share in her success. He was a famous athlete himself, who would later be portrayed by Alex Karras in the story of their lives together. What was his name? And what was his sport? George Zaharias. Wrestling fans knew him as the Crying Greek from Cripple Creek. Here's George wearing the shorts, beating up on Man Mountain Dean. The X-1, the fastest aircraft ever. There was only one man to pilot it, Chuck Yeager. On October 14, 1947, a B-29 bomber took off from a top-secret site in California with the X-1 under its belly. Yeager climbed down into the X-1. His mission, become the first man to travel faster than the speed of sound. Yeager and his X-1 soared to the upper reaches of Earth's atmosphere and beyond the sound barrier. The NBA was born in 1947, and one sensational young player quickly established himself as the dominant figure in the professional game. That player was number 99, George Mikan, the 6'10" center of the Lakers. Watch this left-handed hook from the big man from DePaul. Here Mikan goes after his own rebound and puts it in. Mikan could hit that hook shot with either hand. Here's the famous George Mikan fall away. How could you stop it? Well, no one really did. George Mikan was the right man at the right time. An NBA